understood by the lay followers of Buddhism. A person who has sufficient causing conditions to read Buddhist canons finds the truth of the moral path very practical and concrete. It teaches people how to live a moral life, to practice and cultivate the mind and body to overcome the ups and downs and sufferings of human life by their own self-reliant power, particularly the ability to control their life and death at will and put an end to rebirth. So when you start to follow Buddhism to become a true disciple, you need to thoroughly understand what is true and what is not true in Buddhism. You need to be judicious to accept what is right and eliminate what is wrong of Buddhism. And finally, you need to respect what is truly Buddhist and disrespect what is not truly Buddhist. Nowadays, the majority of Buddhist followers do not honor and respect the right method of Buddhism. Instead, they often honor the expanded teaching methods of some sects and keep practicing these methods of abstraction and superstition, even though such practice leads to no good results. If a person bravely states that the expanded teaching methods of these sects are not the teachings of the Buddha, but the superstitious method of heretical Brahmanism, they will become furious and oppose the person in all different ways. They sometimes use insulting and abusive words in a diehard and ferocious manner. Person who had not known or understood Buddhism one day had the chance to read a Buddhist canon, like the case of one Buddhist follower who told us, "I had never known Buddhism when one day a friend gave me the Surangama Sutta, the Sutta of Heroic One. Thanks to reading this sutta, I understood the essence of Buddhism. It was so wonderful, so great. Since then, I have paid attention to Buddhism and gone to pagodas to listen to lectures and bought more Buddhist canons to study the Buddhist guideline and methods for practice. The more I read Buddhist canons, the more I want to go to practice. These are people who have the causing conditions to read such canons as the Sutta of Heroic One, the Sutta of the Dhammapada, the Lotus Sutta, General Buddhist Study, and all the Agamas, or the. By contrast, people who have not had enough causing conditions to read Buddhist canons, have not understood Buddhism, will see Buddhism as a superstitious religion and the Buddha as a deity who supports and bestows fortune on the world. At present, most people understand Buddhism through 4 different sects. Sukhavati sect, which turns Buddhism into a superstitious religion with worship, praying, reciting Buddha's name to gain rebirth to the Pure Land, like Brahmanism. Zennism, which turns Buddhism into Taoism. Dharmalaksana sect, which turns Buddhism into a faculty of psychology. Mantrayana, which turns Buddhism into a sacred and mysterious religion. In fact, Buddhism is not psychology, not the metaphysical realm, utmost happiness, not the substance of all beings, also not sacred supremacy. People who follow Buddhism live a normal life like other people, but they have abandoned desire and evilness in their minds. Any person who understands correctly and knows how to live to abandon desire and evilness will have a mind of peace, bliss, and carefreeness. Such person is the one who has enough good fortune to know and follow the right method of Buddhism. Otherwise, people either do not have enough good fortune to know and follow the right method of Buddhism, or meet wrong method, or follow the wrong method like the above-mentioned Buddhist follower. Not to have enough good fortune to meet the right method of Buddhism is better than to have enough causing conditions to meet the wrong method of heresy. Knowing the wrong method of heresy will result in attachment to the wrong view, which is very difficult to let go. Human beings are innately ignorant, therefore, they easily believe any method they meet. Blind faith leads to attachment to wrong method. Even though people may know that it is not the right method of Buddhism, they still cannot let go of it. Therefore, in this world, there are many religions, and each religion has its followers, particularly religions with miracle powers, attract people more easily. As such, more and more people follow religions with miracle power, resembling ants crawling all over a piece of sugar. There's hardly anyone who is not attracted by miracle power, but miracle power is only a kind of power of imagination. It is the illusion to deceive